Big Red Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Hey, yo, what's good? How y'all feeling today, man? What's going on with y'all? Let's get into it. What is good, everybody? It is your boy, Panther Designer, back at it again. Question on the table today. What does the Chicago Bulls' perfect offseason look like? We're also going to get into some interesting names that have been linked to the Chicago Bulls. And, of course, we're going to be talking NBA Finals tonight because we're going to be back on the live call, baby. So pull up with us on that as well. Yeah. Been a while since we live called a game, so it's going to be fun to get back into it, man. We're going to have all that more at 11. The date today is June 2nd. The NBA Finals are tonight. And I got Warriors. Stop playing with them boys, man. You know they go put them shots up. Let it breathe. Let's go! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. 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 Let's get the music killed, man. Let's kill the music. Let's kill the music. Let's kill the music. Let's kill the music. What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Panther Designer, back at it again. Here for another episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. We're doing this every single day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. We've been doing it for a while now. Y'all been rocking with it. We've been rolling with y'all. So shout out to y'all for pulling up, showing love. Shout out to the chat. Always up in this mug, man. We're going to get into some Bulls talk. Little bit of Bears talk, maybe. Also got to do some RIPs. Also got to do some celebrations as well. To start the show off, unfortunately, we do have to throw an RIP out there to former Chicago Bear and Cowboy Marion Barber, who passed away yesterday. Prayers up to his family. Prayers up to, just support and all of that, man. It was a tough thing to hear yesterday, knowing that how young he was and how much I mean, listen, as a Bears fan, as a younger Bears fan, right? Like you could always go at him, but he brought you excitement. He was somebody that absolutely could run through somebody. And so moment of silence real quick for Marion Barber. Thank you very much. 1983 to 2022, he was 38 years old. Cherish every day, y'all. Cherish every single day. You never know what's going to happen. We're going to keep it pushing, though, man. Tough transition out of that, but got to do it because we got a lot of sports to break down today. Also, happy Dep Day. Yeah, I'm saying that's what we calling this. What is it, June 2nd? Happy Dep Day. Yeah, I mean, he won his case yesterday. Got 15 mil off the top. He's going to get about 10 of it. But got 15 mil off the top. Came through like he was Kobe versus the Magic, little 4-1 dub. Yeah, I mean, that was weird to see yesterday, bro. Just seeing Amber Heard in the courtroom, just. And on the next case, was there defamation? Yes. Did you abuse Johnny Depp? Yes. Are you gonna have to pay him a bunch of money? Yes. That was a weird thing yesterday, dog. It really was. It was one of those things where like, and Johnny didn't even show up. That was the funniest part about it. Like, Johnny Depp doesn't even show up. He's just like, nah, we got it. Don't worry about it. We got this one in the bag. Don't worry about it. It was such a weird vibe. Like, why? Like, he didn't show up, but she showed up almost knowing that she was going to take the L. Like, is she that much of a narcissist that she really thought she was going to get the dub in that mug? Is that what we were looking at there? Is that did she really think she was coming out of that with the dub? Never lost. She went in there with LeVar Ball mentality. She went into that mug with that LeVar Ball mentality, man. Levante was good. Kim G was good. Let's get it cracking, man. Let's talk some sports in this mug. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. If you haven't done so, do me a favor. Go ahead and just
push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Also, hey, guys, if you're in here, the Windy City Breeze website is back up for merch. So cop your Breeze merch. Grab your Breeze merch today. We got the hoodies out there. We got the t-shirts. We got Bears merch over on that mug. We've also got some Bulls merch over there as well, and some custom Breeze merch as well. So get in tune with that, man. Shout out to y'all pulling up and showing love on that. Let's get into this mug, man. Kim G said, I bet he was watching it on the TV while holding a glass of wine. Nah, he was supposed to be at some concert yesterday, wasn't he? Thought he was supposed to be at a concert yesterday. I don't know. Let's get into this conversation. Because we've heard Zach LaVine basically be on every single team on the market. We've heard Zach LaVine be on every single team on the market. Right? We've heard him on Dallas. He's in LA. He's in Atlanta for like a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in Atlanta for a weekend. He's down in Texas and San Antonio. He wants to go back home. We've heard him on every single team on the market. We've heard a million things that the Bulls could do, but what does the perfect Bulls offseason look like to you? That's the question on the table, because I feel like, of course, we all have our own opinion. Of course, we all have our own things that we think could happen, could go down for the Bulls, and moves that the Bulls could make. But for me, it starts with getting Zach LaVine signed. You got to get Zach LaVine signed. And I think that he will sign. I'm pretty sure. I know we saw the report yesterday that from David Kaplan that a lot of people inside of the organization are nervous about him having that dog mentality, being somebody that you can win around, right? Listen. If he isn't, there's only two guys in that building that matter, whose opinion matters on if Zach LaVine is going to be back. There's only two guys in that building whose opinion matters on if Zach LaVine is going to be back, right? Like, I get it if Zach is not the player that like a scout wants. But the two guys that matter, we've heard both of them say, hey, we want Zach LaVine back in Mark Eversley and in Arturas Karnisovas. Those are the only two people that matter. You know why? Because those are the people that are going to be negotiating the contract. Those are the people that are going to be talking with his agent. So I think the season starts with Zach LaVine back. Outside of that, what are some other moves that make this Chicago Bulls offseason the perfect offseason? Let me know as we welcome into the chat. The man, the myth, the legend. The man formerly known as Ringo J, who wishes his team was in the NBA Finals today. Stefan Adai.
We should be here. We should be there. We should be there.
We should be here. That's tough.
What's good, man?
What's going on with you, my boy?
What's good, man? Hey, man, trying to restream things, man. Trying to get the mic to work.
Yeah. I get you. I get you. It is what it is. We won't have these problems soon. We actually got the studio secured. Me and the super producer Joel Holt have been setting that mug up. So we've actually got the studio secured. So we just getting ready to actually we're gonna be in there soon. There might be, here's the other thing too. So with that, there's gonna be a little bit of change in the show. Not a change in schedule, because I don't want to keep flip-flopping schedules for y'all. So it's not gonna be a change in schedule. But 4 of the shows throughout the week will be pre-recorded, still hour and a half, 2-hour shows, but they'll be pre-recorded. And then Friday we will be live. That'll be a special day for all of us, just because of like preparing for next offseason, next NBA season, stuff like that. So we're gonna get this money together, man. But you will still have the daily show. We're not taking away the daily show at all, because I have fun doing this. I mean, we get on here, we talk trash, we talk Johnny Depp, we talk basketball, we talk. Hey, happy Depp Day, my boy.
Hey.
Happy Depp Day. Happy
See-
Depp Day, man.
Jack Sparrow for the win. See
Jack
boys
Sparrow
up a dub.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Pour yourself a mega pint this morning. If you ain't pouring up a mega pint this
Mega
morning, what
pint.
you doing?
Big mega pints.
How does
Big 15 mil in this piece.
How does the Bulls' perfect offseason start off for you, my boy? What's the first thing the Bulls do that starts off the Bulls' perfect offseason?
Try to re-sign Zach LaVine. I would keep checking to see where Alonzo's at, but and then I would try to trade I would try to see if I can trade the 18th pick to get another solid rotational piece, possibly a big or somebody that can score coming off the bench. Right now, all the pieces are there for them to keep progressing on this path to get to a championship or get where they want to be. But I think that first starts with re-signing Zach LaVine. In my opinion, that's like the number one big fish. I've seen you talking a little bit about because Dave Kaplan came out with the report that some people in the organization doesn't think that he's the guy, or he deferred to DeMar too much. Man, listen.
Oh, that cracks me up so much. Why would he defer to DeMar? Messed up knee.
my only retort to that is, bro, listen, like we be doing this Jimmy Butler thing again. Like if you don't think he's the guy, somebody else will. Like,
I love that Muzz are like yelling about Zach and while saying we should have never got rid of Jimmy. That's the funniest part to me. No, I agree with you. I think here's the question mark, right? Like, because you do have to look at the draft and try and figure out, what's the best case scenario here. Is the best move for the Chicago Bulls to trade the pick? Because listen, hey, y'all been watching me do the draft breakdown. Y'all been watching, all the stuff that's going on with that. There's some nice, now I'm not going to say stars. I don't think you find any stars in this draft, but there are some nice rotational players in this draft. Good Lord, almost sneezed yourself. Look, the mic is halfway up your face. Good Lord, Jesus. We got to get you like a dump button so that you can just bow, flips out the camera. But no, I mean, it is the best move for the Bulls to simply trade the pick away and go get a piece that's a vet already, because there's some pieces in this draft right now that I think that could make an instant impact for the Chicago Bulls. And EJ Liddell, I think, comes into the NBA and makes an instant impact for the Bulls. Walker Kessler is somebody I'm really high on after watching.
Just seen that.
Bro, Walker Kessler. I'm high on him because he does everything the Bulls already do, right? So, like, he's really good in the drop defense. Guess what? We play the drop defense. He's really good chase down block. He's really good with body position. He's great when you put him next to a big that can stretch the floor like Vooch and or Marko Simonovic can be. So I'm really high on him. Dan Richardson in the chat was good. Brian in the chat was good.
What's good with y'all?
Renewable in the chat was good. Roy in the chat was good. So is the move to trade the pick, or would you rather see the Bulls hold on to that pick and make a selection there? Because with trading the pick, you're probably also trading a player as well, more than likely a Kobe White and somebody. What are you getting that you can't get out of the draft?
To me, I think that I'll say this: if they draft EJ Liddell, I'm keeping the pick. But anybody else, I feel like it's kind of a project. I feel like out of all the people that are in the draft, besides, like, I want to say, like, the top 5 guys in the draft, you have EJ Liddell has a NBA ready frame. The game is legitimately already there. Like you looked at his feet, you looked at his defense. I mean, I saw you do the draft breakdown. Everything is there for him to be the solid bench piece essentially that we talked about, and he could possibly play 3 positions within this NBA: small forward, power forward, and a little bit of small ball center if you need him to.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at that. Like if it's not him, I'm trading the pick. If they do trade the pick, I'm looking at probably somebody I got to get back, like somebody that's legitimately a bucket off the bench. I like I can't think of really any names right now that'll get you, because I'm thinking of guys that'll get you to the 16, 18. I mean, it's 18 points a game. I feel like do you go out there Duncan Robinson in that situation? Like, do you go out there any type of shooter? So it's kind of like, um it's kind of weird to say, but like I said, it's gonna be some interesting moves made. But the main thing that they need to do in the Bulls per offseason is re-sign Zach. And this is the thing: he has not said he's wanted to leave. He
No,
has not said
no. There's nothing about any of the news that I'm hearing that tells me Zach LaVine wants out, right? So I'm not even paying that a second mind. But the one thing that I will say is that I don't know if it's just EJ Liddell or bust at 18. EJ Liddell's a great pick to me. I think if you get him, he does, like you said, does a lot of things well, moves his feet well, can defend 1 through 5 essentially, and is able to finish at the bucket at a high clip. I wouldn't sleep on Walker Kessler, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know you're not supposed to do, like, anytime you compare a white guy to somebody that's athletic, it's like it's Larry Bird, or you know what I'm saying. Like I'm not that guy. He
it's
really
Larry Bird or bust.
Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, is it Brad Miller? But Walker Kessler to me reminds me of Jaren Jackson Jr. Blocks the ball really well, tracks the ball well, does a good job keeping his body upright, moves his feet well. The one thing he doesn't do as well is guard point guards, but I think that that's something that can be added. And his shot is very funky looking right now, but his follow through is phenomenal. Well, I shouldn't say phenomenal. He's got a good follow through. I think his shot, like all of this, like he shoots like from right shoulder up, and then he like turns it into a good shot and puts it up there. But I think those are things that can be taught out of him. Heck, Lonzo Ball didn't have a jump shot when he came to the NBA, and now he's a 40% 3-point shooter when he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey, man, somebody need to call Chris Brickley.
you know what I mean? Like, honestly,
On speed dial. Apparently, hey, that's the person you go to if you trying to get your shot right.
you know what I'm saying? So, I think that a Walker Kessler would be good for me at that pick. Is there any chance that we see the Bulls now? I don't know if there's a player in the draft that's worth it. Any chance that we actually see the Bulls try and move up in this draft to go after maybe a Mark Williams, if you like a Mark Williams out of Duke, or Tari Eason's kind of falling. Tari Eason might actually end up around the 18th pick, but any chance on a 18th pick? Renewable said Noah shot the tornado. It's not the tornado. It's just weird because he shoots from his right shoulder. So it's like, I don't even know how to describe Walker Kessler's shot. It's like here, and then he comes in here. It's almost like a.
But
His follow through.
Jaren Jackson shot is kind of like, it's kind of like, but he is always centered though. That mess is like it start here, but then it's like
he's got a Jaren Jackson has a power forward style shot, like a bigger guy style shot.
Right.
Like he doesn't shoot like a guard. It's still very wide. It comes in here, but it's finished here. So it's cool. But I think that Walker Kessler could become that, honestly. Defensive. He ranked in the top 19% in blocks last season. No, I'm sorry. He ranks in the top 19% in block shots in college basketball history. He also right there last season, but in college basketball, 4.6 blocks a game.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
But that just goes to show he knows how to use his body though. Like,
Oh yeah, the only time I will say
his
this.
verticality is crazy.
I will say this. He's gonna drive Bulls fans crazy year one. He's gonna drive Bulls fans crazy year one. Cause that boy, hey, listen, if you give him 2 of the Rock's eyebrows, he's jumping on the pump fake. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta give him but that man out his Nikes. But it's gonna be interesting to see. But like I was saying, is there any chance that the Bulls actually move up for a Mark Williams or a Tari Eason? Is a move for them?
A Mark Williams, I'm cool with because I can see him kind of in the pick and roll. I liken him to like kind of like a Daniel Gafford when he's locked in a little bit.
Yeah.
To me.
By the way, you know Daniel Gafford's making $13 million.
You said what?
Daniel Gafford's getting his contract over the next 3 years is 13 mil, 12 million, 13 million, and 14 million.
Hey, go get your bread. Yeah. Go get your bread then. But yeah, I think he's gonna be there. I think he's gonna be there at 18. I don't see anybody like I don't see the reason why the Bulls should move up. And if they do move up, I don't think it'll be by much. I'll probably say at minimum 2 to 3 spots to grab him. I'm not opposed to the pick.
You talking about
I like Kessler as well. I think he needs a little bit more. I think he needs a little bit more like weight to him. Cause when I looked, he kind of looks like it says he's 245, but that
I mean he's 7'1" though. Like 245 on 7'1" is slim.
That is true.
Like I'm 250.
I like him. I think honestly, like what we was expecting out of Tony Bradley, I think that you can get from Walker Kessler off rip.
Well, and I think the question comes in, right? Like it's like we were talking about yesterday. What's the expectation for Marko Seminovic?
I don't know because
what's the expectation?
Because I was gonna say everybody was saying that's the next Jokic the way that was a poor man Jokic.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he was balling, and listen, he got no updates.
He's got a good skill set, right? He handles the ball well. He can shoot at every level, but can you do it at the NBA level? That's the question. And he's I will say this, he's put on weight. Let me see if I can find this picture. He's put on some weight. Because he was working out with Nico. But I mean, listen, like the question, right, is I'm looking for a big that essentially is going to slot in next to Marko Seminovic eventually, right now Nikola Vucevic, that can help defensively. You know what I'm saying? That can help you defensively, because if you don't have somebody that can help, like even if it's Marko or if it's Vooch, neither of them is going to be a great defender in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them is going to be a great rim protector. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to rim protect because they're tall, but they're not going to be a great dominant rim protector. And so you need to put a player next to them that can help them with that, but that also has quick feet and has good vision. The reason that Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis can eat so much is because Giannis can find those guys while he's driving full speed at the bucket. Like much like Giannis game ain't what it is it on the level of other dudes? Man, Giannis' vision is crazy now.
I've seen him make a couple of passes that's just he not supposed to be doing that at his size, but
it look weird, bro.
Bro, it's just like, you know, he be putting some oomph on that mug though, but I'm looking at it though, like I liken it to like for me, I feel like you have to have I feel like as the NBA like progressed, you went from like, okay, like you have to have like one big, then you gotta have like a backup big. But now like the backup big now has to like he gotta be able to move his feet, play at least about like 10 minutes to give, like, you know, 10 to 15 minutes to give, you feel me, the starter some rest, and then it's like either you feel me, he moves his feet defensively or he a bucket off the bench, and I feel like if you got Kessler, like you at least have your that's your defensive big right there. So now when you talk about that lineup coming off the bench, for the Bulls, even if it's like a Zach or DeMar or a Ayo, P. Will, Alex Caruso. Now you got your defender who, hey, I don't know if y'all watched the video that Pat put out, but hey, he got a little bit of a back to the basket game.
Oh yeah, they didn't use him.
With him too as well.
Yeah,
So
they didn't use him
it's some things that he's obviously gonna have to improve on. But the fact that you can't teach the defensive verticality and like he's always like this and never fouling.
Yeah,
He's going to get minutes off rip that day one, and that's actually going to spare Vooch because we were just talking about his age yesterday, and if you liken it back to when the Bulls played the Sixers, and they had Drummond, and we watched the game, we was like, hey, like Joel Embiid been out for like 20 minutes of game time almost.
Yeah,
that's if you can get that for Vooch, and you guys get a fresh Vooch coming off the bench. Now, hey, we not talking about that 32% from three no more. He got the legs to make those shots and everything like that. So these is pluses, honestly. But I mean, for the direction they're going, I don't think AK will keep that pick.
I wouldn't be mad at it, right? I wouldn't be mad if he moved off of the pick. I wouldn't be mad if he said, "Hey, like we want to go get a player now." I think the only way you do keep the pick is if you feel like the player that you're drafting can make an impact right now. Like a EJ Liddell. I feel like if EJ Liddell comes in right now, and that's how I feel about most 3-year players. If EJ Liddell comes in right now, instantly able to make an impact on the floor, instantly able to come out and give you solid defense, instantly able to come out and he understands what his body is and how to use it to get to the bucket. The biggest thing outside of that, though, is like there's a ton of role players in this league. In this draft. This draft is deep for role players. But can you find those role players outside of the draft by signing an undrafted free agent or signing you know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of those guys. I think that you could. I think there's some of the names that the Bulls have looked at that you're looking at these guys and you're like, oh, he could be a nice player in a few years, because you don't want too much development on your team. I think you can have 2 to 3 development players, really just 2.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your 2.
That's a fact.
You've got P. Will and you've got Ayo Dosunmu. Those are the 2 guys you need to focus on development with. Kobe White's probably not going to be here because we don't have enough time to develop you and win.
Yeah.
Marko Simonovic, you better step up. You better show that you're supposed to be getting minutes, because if you don't, hey, we don't have time to focus on developing you. We have to try and win.
And this is the thing too. So I'm looking at the comments and I'm seeing a lot of ball. Ball and Marko Simonovic right now is in the same spot.
That's the same dude.
That's the same dude. like the only thing, Ball can shoot like KD, but he ain't got no tick.
Yeah.
He ain't got no tick. You're not on the floor. That's not a project.
Here's the thing. Can Bol shoot like KD at the NBA level? You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, he can't. No. Hey, the three games I've seen when Denver walked out of that summer league with the 5 bigs.
Hey, listen. I'll tell you this right now. I watched the game where Tony Snell said, "I'm the captain now."
He was cooking. I ain't never seen nobody come off a pin down flare screen twice and Trey ball that mess like it was nothing. He got it. He got it.
Listen.
He just lost on defense.
Listen.
You not getting no tick with me.
Bol has been the name for 3 years now, and nobody's giving him no tick.
Marko are the same player. They do the same thing. The only thing is Bol can shoot.
Well, my thing is nobody's giving him tick. Nobody's seeing what we not seeing. Nobody's looking at Bobo been on 3 different teams.
Bobo been on Denver. Nah, but he was about to get traded. I mean, cool. The upside is different. Ask yourself this though: do the Bulls got time for you to be banking on? Hey, we need to try this out now.
No, the players you have in the building right now have to contribute right now.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not saying, and that's not a slight to him. I'm not saying that's not a nice name. I'm not saying that he can't play. Bulls don't need that right now.
I'm saying that I got questions if he can play. Because if he can play, must have put him out there.
Give him the OKC. If he turned out to be something, then yeah.
This month, if he could play, why wouldn't he be out there? They not even giving him regular run.
Hey, we asking the same question.
You know what I'm saying?
We're here.
I mean, hey, and he couldn't get run on Denver where they literally were dead.
Hey, they gave that man. They gave that man run in a bubble. They gave that man run in a bubble, and I think he was it outside the bubble. No, it was. I think it was in the
bubble. It was in the bubble, but it was before the playoff.
And he I think he did something real stupid. He fouled or something, or he was like out there to take the last shot for a 3, and he wound up taking a layup, or something. I don't know.
I'm always leery on players that like multiple people have looked at and just been like, man, I don't know about that. He did have some injury issues, Crit. He did have some injury issues, but that's another thing too. Like, I got question marks on my team already. I need players with answers heading into next season. That's the biggest thing about, completing this perfect offseason for me for the Bulls. You got to get some answers. You got to find some answers off of your bench. What would be to complete the Bulls perfect? So you got to move in the pick.
I got to move in the pick.
Who are they moving?
Okay. First thing, we re-signed Zach. If I'm in the building, I'm running.
They go that we again, y'all. You see a season, man. He dropped that wheeze again. He back on them wheeze.
Cut it out.
That season,
re-signing Zach.
Wheeze, man.
Re-signing Zach. After that, I'm trading the pick to get something, because I if I'm AK, I know I could pull the finesse off.
Yeah.
After that, I'm checking to see what's up with Lonzo. But because I think that's like the next biggest key, right? I think yesterday they said, I think he gave a statement yesterday and said that there's not a question of what I can do on the court. It's now about availability.
Yeah. So what let me pull up Daniel Greenberg's tweet, because he did get an update from literally from Lonzo Ball. By the way, every time I love Daniel Greenberg's Twitter, because Daniel Greenberg literally just tweets out what other people are saying. I really do love this. This ain't shade or nothing. He's literally the person I go to for Chicago stuff. I love his Twitter because he literally tweets out what people are saying. So literally, it's like David Kaplan thinks that Zach LaVine, people in the front office have concerns about Zach LaVine. An hour ago, I don't think Zach LaVine wants to leave. That's not my read. Brian Windhorst on the Chicago Bulls. Like, it's literally like one to the other. It cracks me up. But let me see. I did have, by the way, if you guys were wondering, I don't know if you guys saw this either, and I don't know if we mentioned, the Bulls did work out EJ Liddell.
Okay, that's good.
For a workout. But the Bulls are like T-Mac in this thing too. The Bulls are T-Mac in this thing a little bit. Like, nobody knew that he came for a workout until he posted it on IG.
It'd be like that.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew that he was there for a workout until he posted it on IG. This is the statement from Lonzo Ball here. Basically saying that he knows he has the skill set it takes to perform at a high level, but now it's more about just being available to do those things. Lonzo says, I still got time to improve and leave my print on the city and help bring a championship, which he does. I think we look at Lonzo like Lonzo, because Lonzo's been in the league for so long. Lonzo Ball is 24 years old. Lonzo Ball is 3 years younger than me. He is 3 years younger than me. Hey, don't worry about it. I just realized my wife's birthday passed. I'm not in trouble, y'all. We don't celebrate birthdays, so like we do this just about every year. But I literally
I was
just
gonna say, I
realized
know I
like
seen
my wife
something
is
about that.
28. Shout out to you, baby. Love you. Still young and beautiful. Almost 30. We're both almost 30. It's crazy. We almost there. Hey, my knees preparing for 30 too. They just be like,
Hey, it
wait a
be
minute.
like that.
Wait a minute now. But no, yeah, like
You
Lonzo,
sit down and you just get the grunt for no reason.
bro, it's a must, bro. If I'm not getting up and I don't go, oh, I'm not getting up. Like it's the only way I'm getting up. Yeah, you know what I mean, but no, I think that the interesting thing about Lonzo is, or the interesting thing about the Bulls moving forward will be what is the availability of Lonzo, because there's still so much vagueness around that. Like, it's still so much around Lonzo where it's like, hey, we haven't even heard an update on you yet. We haven't even heard whether your knee is good to go. Zach LaVine has gone into the offseason and had surgery, and I've heard that Zach LaVine's good to go. So there is a little bit of a concern around Lonzo in that situation. I mean, it's tough, but it is. I think that the next thing that the Bulls can do, though, as far as building this team and having the perfect offseason, is moving that pick. Still, you got to find shooters. You've got to find shooters. If they're not able to find shooters, they're going to continue to struggle. We're going to have the same issues. Even if this team's 100% healthy, we have no shooters. If this team is 100% healthy, your offense is still Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic. Maybe Ayo Dosunmu can score a little bit more. But you don't feel great about any of the shooters that you have on your team right now. So you've got that's the first piece. If I'm trading it, I'm not trading it for a big. I'm not trading it because you can play that small ball lineup, and you can find guys that you can find a power forward or something that come in and essentially play, hopefully give you more, but play that Tristan Thompson role. But for me, I need people that can shoot.
I'm looking at it like, what about you do a trade and probably get like a Bogdanovic, Utah, possibly Atlanta. I mean, because I said I didn't want Duncan Robinson, so
yeah, definitely don't want Duncan.
And we moving off. We moving off that. Because I'm just thinking about it, because Bogdan would have took a lesser deal, because he was going to Milwaukee, but Milwaukee opened their mouth.
Yeah.
He was going to Milwaukee, but Milwaukee opened their mouth. So I'm looking at possibly a Bogdan. Maybe a Kevin Herter. I don't know. I'm just thinking because you're absolutely right. They do need shooters. I think they need about 2 shooters and probably a bench score to go with a starter. When they're running that bench unit, but I don't know. Facts, and he got handles though. You talking about Bogdan? Absolutely not. That man cannot handle the basketball.
No, he's a spot up shooter off your bench.
No. He's definitely one of the best. He's definitely one of the better spot up shooters. Like when he gets hot, like I can like honestly say like he did his thing. But I'm not. I would rather somebody spot up and not have to come off a screen. Than actually going to get a Duncan Robinson, because you can play that either way. And then if Duncan isn't coming off that screen, to me he's not in rhythm. So
no,
I'm just looking at it like that.
I wouldn't be mad. I don't know if I'm trading a pick for Bogdan. How old is Bogdan? Bogdan is what? Bogdanovich is. He's only 29 years old. That man mad young. Hey, some of these players be sneaking in under the radar, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I are you trading the pick for Bogdan? I guess the question is, right, or is he hold on, let me see. What's his contract situation right now? He's still on that 4-year deal from Atlanta. 4 years, $72 million deal. That's not bad. Maybe I would trade the pick for Bogdan. Maybe I gotta backtrack on that. Because Bogdan absolutely can get after it. Average 15 points a game this season. Does he come here to be off the bench though? That's the question. He's starting down in Atlanta.
He was off the bench
Is he off the bench down in Atlanta?
Yep.
He put up 29 on y'all heads.
Yep, sure did. Hey.
18.
Hey. Another person that y'all linked to, the other Bogdanovic in Utah. They saying Kobe White for Bogdan. I think his name is Bogdan. I mean, I don't know. It's too many Bogdanovics in the league.
It is a lot of Bogdanovic. No, that's Bogdan. There's a lot.
Cause like which one is Bogey? Because they both call Bogey. So which one is Bogey?
And none of them are related. That's the thing. Hey, so you got Bogdanovic Jazz and you got Bogdanovic Kings. Those are two. And one's Croatian, one's Serbian. Now the Croatian one is 33 years old. That's Bojan Bogdanovic. No relation. Now I'm definitely not trading.
But it's 19 mil on an expiring contract though.
It's still 19 mil this year though. Like, what am I doing? I'm getting rid of him after this season, right? Like you want to build a team that's going to be there for a while at a minimum. I would think if you could find, I mean, 4 years, $74 million is not bad.
Yeah, no,
that's for Bogdan.
I mean, that's almost around what Lonzo did, right? Because Lonzo got 4 years,
Lonzo's 4 for 80.
80, right?
Yeah. And let me see. I'm trying to see where when that contract ends. Because I think that's kind of the key, right? Like he signed the contract, but then here's Sports Track helping me out. So that contract, he's only making $18 million till 2024. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I think that's a solid deal.
18 mil with the Hawks from 2024. Till 2024, I should say. If you could get that done. Now,
he can get his own shot too.
Is there any indication that they want to move off of Bogey though?
See, this is the thing. They have Herder. Like they have shooters. They're not hurting on shooters.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to move off of him to get another ball handler to pair along with Trey, which is why like you possibly look at a Kobe White.
So you're saying, see, I'm not giving you, well, I mean, there's basically no value for Kobe, so I guess I am.
Just sign him and trade him. You gonna sign him and trade him?
Yeah, but they're not taking Kobe straight up for Bogey.
Okay, but the only thing, like, you gonna need that 18th pick though. That's the hard part about it.
That's probably the part that's probably what they would ask you to send though, straight up.
Just an 18 pick for him?
Probably, I would assume. Or maybe they might. Well, here's the thing.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Here's the thing. You would be getting. There's no value around the NBA for Kobe White. The value on Kobe White is maybe
we know this.
Maybe he becomes something. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to figure out kind of like how you move him with the pick. Like, he's got to be a part of that. And so you got to figure out what's the max value that you can get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe that's not the max value that the Bulls can get out of it. But I think if you're moving the pick, Kobe White's going with it. I think he's tied to that pick.
Yeah, no, that might be true. I'm looking at it. They need shooters. Y'all are bad GM. Hey, judging from the people that y'all said get rid of Zach LaVine for, I'm not the only bad GM here, so we're in the same boat. Like, anyways, move him with Troy Brown.
I love the people that think Kobe White has value. That's pretty funny. But no, I feel like if you're gonna move that pick, a big isn't the way to go. You sign a big. That's more so what this comes down to, right? Like, you sign a big to me. Because if you're going to prioritize one thing, the glaring issue that the Bulls did have was that they didn't have enough people that could knock down shots. And they didn't have enough people that could knock down shots in a situation where Lonzo Ball got hurt. Lonzo Ball was all of a sudden became your fifth shooter, your fourth shooter.
Do you think so what about, like, because I'm at a mindset, I do like Mitchell Robinson. So I'm at a mindset like possibly Mitchell Robinson, Cam Reddish. I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas.
You know what I'm saying? How do you get that here? That's the thing. Like, we could throw names all day, but it's a matter of how do you get that here? And Mitchell Robinson isn't signed. Mitchell Robinson's a free agent, ain't he?
Yeah. Hey, Hayes. Hey, my number one saying: a fool is born once every day. Fool is born once every day. I'm telling you. So somebody gonna take Kobe. Hey, Hayes, absolutely. King's going king.
I agree that there's a team out there that would take Kobe based on potential, but it's not a team that's at the point where Atlanta's at, right? Like, Atlanta's made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. They've been in the Eastern Conference Final 1 year. They're not trying to reset things by taking a chance on a Kobe White. Shout out to Hayes in the chat, by the way. They're not trying to reset and start all over by taking a chance on a Kobe White. Atlanta's going to look at, no, I need a player. I need at a minimum, right? If I'm going to take a chance on somebody, yeah, Kobe can come along, but I want that pick so that I can go get somebody that I believe is going to become that player. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the value that the value that Bulls
you're absolutely right about that.
Like, you're talking about a player who's gonna have to go to a team that is already struggling for you to feel good about it, right? Like, yeah, Kobe had some nice moments with the Chicago Bulls, but if I send him to Atlanta's gonna be like, what does he give me today? Because what he gave you yesterday wasn't good.
What could we get for Troy Brown, Kobe White? Hey, look, y'all not getting. Hey, Muggs ain't getting none for Troy Brown.
No, yeah, Troy Brown's giving you nothing. Troy Brown's not giving you nothing. Hayes says you don't want to make a trade.
I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm telling y'all right now, somebody gonna take Kobe.
I think you got to trade him to a bad team. You trade him to an OKC, or you trade him to a the Kings, or you trade him to the Pacers. I don't think the Pacers gonna deal with the Bulls.
We got beef.
But you don't move Kobe, right? Like, the Kobe White doesn't have value to the Atlanta Hawks, or Kobe White doesn't have value to a team that's actually in a position to win anything. Kobe White has value to a team that might be bad. You know what I'm saying? Kobe White has value to a team that hey, what's the biggest struggle we had? Shooting. Unfortunately, he doesn't have value here. Orlando could be one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even that, how much value is that really, right? Like I said, you're moving that pick. That pick is going with it. And so, to me, you're trying to maximize the value of the draft pick that you have, along with Kobe White basically just going to a bad team and being Kobe White. By the way, 73 people in here, 29 likes, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man.
Hey, is this not a deep dish, bro?
We'd be lucky to get a thin crust pizza for TBJ. Yeah, hey,
not even a slice of the deep dish.
Man, that sounds pretty good today. Actually, don't worry about that. Hey man, let's keep it pushing because we actually had the Bulls linked to some interesting names that could go into making this offseason a perfect offseason. But before we do that, man, we do want to let you know we've got Breeze merch out now. Get ready for Bears season with that Bears Breeze merch, man. Stop playing with it. Y'all already know. Boom, look at that. Ooh, let me get the ticker off the screen, man. Look at those fine people on the screen. Look just happy that they're in the Breeze merch. Grab your Bears merch right now at twcbreeze.com. We've also got Bulls merch over there, and we've got our specific Breeze merch as well. Crew necks, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all that good stuff, man. So get in tune with us on that. We appreciate that love on that side as well. We're also going to have some interesting stuff coming out this season, some custom gear that may get me in trouble, but we're gonna sell it real quick. I'm gonna sell like 100 of them joints. I should drop the design on here real quick. I should drop the design on here real quick, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, I'm saying because it's one of those where like I'm gonna have to set a cap on it because if too many of them get out, I'm gonna get a cease and desist.
Fact.
Yeah, I'm saying if too many people get out,
hey, you know they be quick to get on us.
You know what I'm saying? So if too many people get out there, I'm gonna get a cease and desist in this month. So I ain't avoiding it. What Hayes say? Hayes said, what did he say? He said, why they all white Pat? Hey, because white people do the mock-up. I didn't pick them up. They was just the people that was in that.
We never took them photos.
Hey, bro, I definitely didn't take them photos.
Never took them photos.
That's the stock mock-ups that come with the website when you sign up at prepful.com. Checking them out, man. That's pretty funny, dog. Hey, so I gotta get into before we get into this Bulls thing. I do want to say this though, because I just had another moment. So it'd be random. Y'all know we in the new house now, so there'd be random moments, right, where you still kind of like looking over your shoulder, like, hey, did I just see something? At least me. That's how I always am. So when we was doing Chicago Bulls Central one night, I was sitting here and I got one of the jerseys that we're gonna give away hanging up right here. And this mother just started moving, but it's right by the vent. But it starts spinning on its own, right? So I'm freaking out. Hayes laughing at me. He like, you good, bro? I'm like, don't worry about it. But today, bro, I almost left the house.
Oh no.
I almost left the house. Now. Hold on. This is the funny thing, right? So I forgot his summer vacation. So I get up this morning to take my daughter over to my in-laws' crib. Come back home, getting ready for the show, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting in the front room chilling, making up a graphic. I hear kids start crying, bro. I'm like, hold on, bro. What's going on here? What you mean? So I'm instantly about to hit the door. As I hit the door, open that mug up, kid fell down in the front of my house. Maya left one of the windows open. But just this much. So, like, you couldn't tell that the window was open, but I heard Shorty crying loud as day, bro. Boy. I had no transition for that, but I had to get that story out of it. Bro, I hit the door so fast, bro. I'm talking about I was.
Nah.
Nope. Hey, bro, if a ghost pop up in the crib, it's your house now.
Hey, bro, that sound like when we went to my aunt house down in Atlanta. We was down on vacation. My OGs had went to the hotel to check in early. That mug was like, all right, you finna stay at your aunt crib. We like, all right, bet it up. So you feel me? It's me, my brothers, and you feel me? We had took one of our friends on the trip.
Yeah.
you know, we sitting there and we watching Rango. We watching Rango, but then all of a sudden, like we upstairs, you know, we had something downstairs. Like, hey, did y'all hear that? You feel? Oh yeah, nah, I heard that. So we hear it again, and you feel me? You know how black people, hey bro, go check that out. What you mean me go check that out? Hey bro, go handle that. All right. So we hear it again. Then we go downstairs. Gee, I kid y'all not. The pots and pans was floating.
Nah, bro.
In the kitchen. The pots and pans is floating, G. Pots and pans is floating. We go upstairs, bro. The next morning, my aunt downstairs cooking breakfast, do what she do. Hey, auntie, hey, bro, you ain't hear that last night? You ain't hear pots and pans floating last night?
Hold on. Did you say you went back upstairs?
Yeah, we went back upstairs. We went back upstairs. We just went back upstairs. We was like, nah. We just like
him out of here. What?
Hey, we went back upstairs, locked the door. It was what it was. Gee, tell me why. Yo, tell me why. We asked her, we like, hey, you ain't had them pots and pans, you know, floating down there last night? Oh yeah, you talking about that in the kitchen? That happen all the time.
Hey, bro, nah, you wildin' for going back upstairs, bro. Ain't nobody
Nah. Hey, after that, we ain't stayed there no more.
Hey, you wildin', bro. That was
no more.
Hey, mine wasn't real. Mine was an actual kid crying outside, my boy.
like that actually happened.
This man's wild.
That actually happened. Nah, dog.
Hey, Roy said, "Get off the weed." Hey, bro, I'm not going, dog. I'm not going. You wild. He said, and then we went back upstairs.
We hey, back upstairs, locked the door.
Hey, bro. What? Like, lock the door. Like the go.
Lock the door. Cause that's the thing. Everybody left. They left to go check in. So we just out here. We out here.
This man said, lock the door. Hey, bro. Hey, that's funny. I didn't expect this to take that turn.
Hey.
Hey, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna lock the door. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. What happened was it was Amber Heard in your kitchen trying to get everything. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get a defamation case by beating herself up. She was trying to get off of that defamation case, bro. Hey, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is a house full of black people, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, y'all just went back upstairs? Like nobody was like, "Hey, we should get up out of here."
We didn't have nowhere to go. My OGs love to go check in. They would love to go check into the resort.
Boy, I'm about to.
We ain't had nowhere to go. We ain't had
bro.
We was gonna leave, but there was definitely no other option.
Hey, first thing I gotta say would be like, "Hey, it's some pots and pans floating up in this mug, my boy. I'll be sitting on the front porch when you get here, and you gonna get here." I'll see you when you get here. I'll be on the front porch with my bags.
Bro, the fact that she said, "Oh nah, yeah, that happened all the time."
All the time.
No,
get out. Stop playing with me.
No. Can't be me.
Oh man,
I can't do it.
Hey, let's keep it pushing, man. Speaking of things that's spooky,
This ain't
Bulls is out here linked to some guys that could be spooky on this team, man. Hey, but if in a pinch, one of the guys might work out, right? Because he coming with the sage.
Hey.
We've seen the Chicago Bulls per Heavy Sports being linked to a couple of interesting names. And I want to get the show's opinion on where you sit on these guys coming to Chicago. One guy, not a bad name at all. Actually, I'll say this. Neither guy is a bad name. It's really just about how you feel about the players coming. So the one name that has been absolutely linked, hey, to be honest with you, Heavy also linked Bojan Bogdanovic in an offseason trade proposal. But the one player that is linked, an interesting name. Now, definitely getting some bread attached to him, but Kyle Anderson from the Memphis Grizzlies. They say after a swift exit from the playoffs, Bulls Vice President of Basketball Operations Karnisovas is intent on building around the core. We have little in the way of trade or financial capital. However, every move is critical. They have very clear defiances, three-point shooting, rim protection, big wing to help with opponents. It is a role that is supposed to be filled by P. Will, but Bulls are still woefully thin on players such as Anderson that fit that mold. They talk about him as a productive journeyman. Rob Schaefer brought him up on the Bulls Talk podcast by saying that he would be someone he would target, putting his assumption on what the Bulls might do, but a lot of choice is driven by the Bulls' financial outlook. Would Kyle Anderson be somebody that you would like to see in a Bulls uniform moving forward?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I think he's like they said. I mean, he's a productive vet. You know, he just knows where he needs to be, and plus, when you need like a timely bucket, like it's gonna be slow. It might not get there today. It might not get there next week, but it's gonna get there. Like he's consistent with his. Another name that I've heard floated is Thibault. I've heard that.
Let that float right away.
As well.
Let that float right away. Don't nobody want Matisse Thybulle in this month.
Hey,
here's the thing. Here's the thing with me.
That's legitimately all defense, no offense.
Here's the thing with me, right? It's about IQ. That's the reason Kyle Anderson is an interesting.
Oh no, he knows he understands the ins and outs of the game.
It's about IQ for me, and IQ for me will move your team in the right direction quicker than just talent. So we've already got a lot of high IQ guys on this team. We got Alonzo Ball, you've got DeMar DeRozan, you've got Alex Caruso, you've got, you know what I'm saying, guys that just know where to be on the court. I think that Ayo Dosunmu will continue to be one of those players. He ranked amongst one of the best defenders in the NBA this season. So I think that he would be an interesting one, because if you bring Kyle Anderson in, Kyle Anderson, like we call him slow-mo more so based on how he moves offensively. Defensively, he wouldn't be a bad asset to add to this team. And you can play a very lengthy lineup, and it's a lineup that's not going to get pushed around like when you threw Derrick Jones out there and he was just getting bodied up by anybody that had any weight on him. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Kyle Anderson would be an interesting one. The other name that Heavy has linked to the Chicago Bulls among one of the top landing spots is Kyrie Irving.
Brother Irving, as we like to call him in the group chat.
It is right now, the Bulls are a plus 900 to get Kyrie Irving. Now, the Clippers, I believe, still sit as the favorite, but a plus 900 for the Chicago Bulls, making them the fifth highest ranked. What did it say? This is from Ryan Ward. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gambling ain't my forte, so I'll let the guy that talks gambling do it. A few other updated odds on players who could be changing teams this summer. Russell Westbrook, if not with the Lakers. Kyrie Irving, Zach LaVine. Kyrie Irving right now, a plus 900 for the Bulls, making them the fifth possible selection. And this is just the Vegas odds on it. Would you like to see a Kyrie Irving in a Bulls jersey if you could make it happen? Here's the thing. Kyrie's nuts. I don't want to say nuts. Kyrie is different. Kyrie is eccentric. Kyrie may not be there every game of the season, but when he can play, he's one of the best players in the NBA. When he can play, he's one of the best players in the NBA.
Not with this, Rob. I would say the only way they get Kyrie is if they getting KD. So something got to be a miss.
I don't think KD's following Kyrie anywhere.
Something got to be a miss. I think
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I'd wait that out because I do believe that KD's probably fed up with Brooklyn for not getting them more options quicker.
They did say they have not spoke. They have not spoke since they got swept. They have not spoke since they got swept. If we talked about it off camera. If KD available, Babuch, Bazak, I don't care who it is.
I think that's what AK is waiting.
Who it is. I'm taking KD until he's 40.
Yeah, I think that's what AK is waiting for. Not per se just KD, but I think he's waiting to see which is going to be that's the next star that's just grunting and wants out. I really do, because we see one every single season. You know what I'm saying? We see one every single season. So I think that AK is literally just like, which star is going to want out? And let me figure out how we can get that guy here. It could be KD. I think KD's going to want out after next season. He'll be 34. I'd still take him. Like you said, I'd take KD till he's about 40.
I'm taking KD till he's 40.
Now, granted, right, like, that's a situation where you got to figure out a complete contract situation. AK would have to work millions of numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to finesse the bag to get that.
Carry the one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, we're kicking this can down the road millions of years, but you get KD, right? I don't even know how that would work because he's not coming for chump change. Why? Wait, hey, as I said that, Kevin Durant's trending right now. What do you do? They talking about him beefing with Draymond yesterday. Did you see that? It wasn't even really beef. It wasn't really beef.
Because I was too busy watching the match.
How was the match? I didn't watch it.
Dog. I'm going to tell you this. A relaxed Tom Brady is good for TV.
Yeah.
A relaxed Tom is good for TV. Fam, like before they even started, he was like he told Aaron, because they were sitting there before they tee off. He was like, look. And he walked right past him. He was like, hey, these boys get nothing. Go them up. I'm like, it's like that.
It's on site. It's on site. Tom is competitive at anything. Only thing I saw from Tom yesterday was he missed a putt, and he wanted to cuss so bad, but he knew he was on live TV.
Bro. I'm like, he was throwing shots at Josh Allen.
Hey, he was throwing some good shots.
He was like, hey, Josh was like, hey, you're on 2 of these, right? He was like, yeah, something that you're that's like you and me and your career.
Hey, the best thing I saw yesterday was because was it in Buffalo?
I forgot. I forgot where it was at.
I know he said that there were Bills fans there, and Pat Mahomes was like, they said, "What are you guys most afraid of?" And Pat Mahomes said, "Coin toss." He said that wasn't for you, Josh. That was for all those guys sitting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like the interactions was funny. Like Chuck told Josh, he was like, man, I like that putt. I like the way you sling that thing. Josh was like, wait, what? He was like, what? Pause? And he was like, yes.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Hey, the fact that Chuck was like, pause. I did see that like a mud. It was funny. I got to go back and watch that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot it was on, and I missed it.
Man.
But I did want to see that mug. I'm not gonna lie to you. The interested getting back to a little bit of the basketball. The interesting thing surrounding the Bulls this offseason with some of the names that are being brought up. But like I said, Bulls are listed among one of the highest for Kyrie. They're listed among a potential spot for Kyle Anderson moving forward. I wouldn't be mad at either player, but I would be mad at long-term commitment on Kyrie.
I'm cool with that.
I would be mad at long-term commitment on Kyrie. Because when Kyrie comes in, you already know what he can do. When he's there, you know what he can do. And it's not even just because like the last couple of years with the COVID stuff, he didn't get the shot, whatever. Like that doesn't bother me. Kyrie's never healthy. Kyrie was healthy last season because he sat out most of the season.
Hey, that man's still fresh.
He's just never healthy.
That man's still fresh.
What is long term to you? Anything over a 1-year deal with a 1-year team option?
I would give him a what was that contract LeBron signed with Cleveland the second time around? It was like a 1-and-1.
A 1-and-1, basically. That's what I would give him. But the
1-and-1, just give him a 1-and-1.
But the second one was a player option. You don't get a player option. You get a team option. I know a team will, like, don't get me wrong. I 100% know a team will. As you saw, when you look at some of the other names on that list as well, there are some names on the list that I know Kyrie's not going to half of these teams when you see it, right? So you got the Clippers. Kyrie might go there. Them as the favorite makes sense to me. The Rockets doesn't really make much sense to me as the pettiest man alive try to sneak in under the cover.
Hey, no, they try to sneak in. You was talking about Kyrie. I have to come on board.
Hey, it's like a bat symbol for you. The Rockets didn't. I don't see Kyrie on the Rockets. Lakers would be interesting. I think Kyrie would do the Lakers just because he already knows that dynamic that works. You know what I'm saying? Pelicans doesn't really make sense to me.
Nah, they already got something right there.
Bulls kind of makes sense to me, but I don't know if the Bulls want to get into that. Heat actually makes sense to me because Jimmy and Kyrie wanted to play when Jimmy was still in Chicago.
Pat Riley will hold out for KD.
Pat Riley would get Kyrie and then trade him for KD. Like Pat Riley ain't attached to none of these ones, bro. Pat Riley playing chess.
I'm gonna tell you why the Clippers make the most sense though, because they have the most assets.
Yeah, Clippers just makes the most sense in general. Like that's why they're the favorite.
Clippers
is actually the team I could see him going to.
I'm a Kyrie fan, but I absolutely would trade him for Norman Powell and Reggie Jackson in a pick.
Norman Powell, Reggie Jackson, and a pick. Is there
because
how much is his contract?
Well, he's going to be getting a max. Like he's a max player. I don't care what nobody say. You don't have to agree with anything else, but the simple fact that he's a max player. And
I agree that he's a max player. I just wouldn't give him a long-term deal.
So
if I'm any team, I wouldn't give him a long-term deal because you don't know how his opinion is going to change in a year.
So with all that being said, and because of that, I would simply the problem with the Nets is the simple fact that they had nobody else to really help them score outside of KD and Kyrie. And the way that they were allowed to stick KD was very absent most of that series. And so if you have
they both were just like how they were. Kyrie Irving is the one person that Marcus Smart stuck, and I was like, wow, he's really getting him.
No,
outside of that in the playoffs,
Kyrie torched him first game.
Kyrie
gave it to him. Like Kyrie gave it to Marcus Smart. They had to switch Brown on him. Like Marcus Smart went to the hey, but I would say this though. Kyrie played passively, and I think the one thing I don't like about Kyrie, as much as I am a fan of his, once he knows that they really don't have a chance, you can tell. He doesn't play the same at all.
It was 39-5 game 1. After that, 10-8, 16-3, 20-5.
I can live with 20-5. I can live with 30. Like he had a better series to me than KD for the amount of shots he took.
Let's see. Kevin Durant. That shirt off picture that always pops up cracks me up. Nah, bro. 23. Well, Kevin Durant was 4 for 17 in that last one, but that second half he was cooking. Well, not cooking. He was getting to the free throw line for once. 23-4, 27-4. They wasn't calling no fouls on that, man. 27-4, 16-8, 39-7-9. And KD played 40 plus minutes the entire way. Kyrie
they needed
more people. That team
needed one other player to show up. They really did.
Well, you needed somebody to take the pressure off of them too. Like,
and they just didn't.
They didn't.
I would just run it back. I would just run it back with a different coach. Because
I'll agree with that. I would definitely run it back with
Steve Nash is how we look at Bud.
Well, let me ask this: how does that team fit with Mike D'Antoni?
It doesn't.
Well, that's your problem.
It's just as bad
because that's probably their next coach. Because he's sitting right next to Steve Nash.
I'm not a Mike D'Antoni fan.
Now, now, wait a minute. I'll say this because we was talking about it yesterday. Utah, they coach.
Quinn
Snyder. He would fit more for what
he go there. That's nice. Because they have everything and they still got the 2 picks. If you get somebody over there that's competent and can actually make changes, they're not getting swept. Like
I wouldn't be mad at Quinn Snyder in Brooklyn. I feel like Quinn Snyder actually can coach. I
think Mike D'Antoni would be better on Utah as a coach.
I think that dynamic is too messed up, and the organization don't want to change it. I think Donovan and Rudy genuinely don't like each other and don't want to play with each other.
Nah, Donovan is just soft.
Because it makes no sense to me. There's no way you see that I pass you the ball 10 times and you put up 27 points, and in the next game I get you the ball twice.
Very situational.
It's so weird. It's weird.
Donovan is just soft, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
I ain't trying to tell you this otherwise. He's not efficient to me. Was he like 43% from the field?
Yeah, I'm not.
Bro, career average. It's the shooting numbers, but it's not that. If somebody calls you out because you're not playing well, and you respond, because if somebody calls you out because you're not playing well and you took it as a slight because you're not doing your job, like that's on you.
I can agree with that.
He definitely isn't. He never plays well to me though. The one game he played well was versus the Bulls.
Who are you talking about though?
Donovan Mitchell.
He plays like Russell Westbrook.
Nah, Russ been way more efficient.
He takes terrible shots.
Hey, Russell been way more efficient than Donovan Mitchell have in his career. And Russell took some bad shots, bro. What's Russ' career? Russ shoot 44. Oh no, it's just the season. 43% for a career. What's Donovan Mitchell at right now?
Russ has had more efficient seasons.
Yeah, he's had 47% from the field and so.
But I think overall they're like neck and neck, 42, 43%. They play very similar. The only difference is Donovan don't pass as much.
Donovan don't pass at all. Bro, and that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine Russell Westbrook with Rudy Gobert?
Yeah,
Rudy Gobert would be talked about as one of the
25 and 18 tonight.
Bro, Rudy Gobert would be talked about as one of the best centers in the NBA.
Rudy is 25 and 18.
We keep forgetting that Russ is the whole reason Clint Capella even is a relevant name.
Russ is the reason?
Russ, I was the James Harden, but when Russ
James
got
Harden,
there,
I give James Harden that one.
When Russ got there, he did more of that. setting up Clint Capella than James Harden, who was 56% of the
I will say this though, ain't nobody gonna talk about that when Russell's on the Rockets and James got hurt for that stretch. Russell's absolutely dominating.
Oh yeah, Russ can. I'm telling y'all,
this percentage is literally like within
a percentage. I saw that.
like
3
tenths of a percentage point.
Yeah,
They're the same player. They're the same player.
Except Donovan Mitchell averages 4 assists a game.
The Miami Heat need him, bro.
It's so crazy, bro. It's so
I would
crazy.
say this: Donovan Mitchell on the Miami Heat, you all don't lose to Boston in Game 7 because you would just replace it. Like if you take Oladipo off and you put Donovan on, that's a totally different.
But this is the thing: literally, if one player plays well on the Miami Heat outside of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat make it to the next round.
I know if for the fifth we'd all be drunk.
If anybody played well outside of Jimmy Butler in Game 7, the Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals right now.
For what it's worth, Spo should have ran Jimmy Butler out there with nothing but shooters and one big man and lived with it, and he probably would have had the same effect. Like I would have ran. No matter what the stats show, what the previous thing was, that last 10 minutes. You run your shooters out there because he had no help. Matthews with that very awkward fadeaway 3, which was a bad shot. You want to talk about bad shots? That shot was bad. It just went in. It was just bad though. Like it was horrible the way he tossed that joint up. But
bro, I just
here's the thing. Here's the question, right? Here's the question. And we didn't get to this yesterday. Was the Heat season a success based on the fact that all the people that you brought in to get you past this point did not show up? Everybody that Miami brought in to help Bam and Jimmy did not show up.
Okay, real quick before I get into that. Desmond, y'all clearly don't listen because I literally just said if they got Russell Westbrook, he would probably be 28, 25
when you go into the comments.
Never mind. I believe it. I will say it was a success to a certain extent. Like we needed,
I mean, you got the Game 7 of the ECF. Of course, there's some success there.
Yeah, no, because I feel like what happened was like Tyler Hero upgraded. I don't think we get there unless Tyler takes that leap. But I will say when they were there for the pieces that we had, they did contribute. So I will say it was a success because I didn't even have I didn't think that we would get this far until I seen us like in the first round of the playoffs. I didn't even think we was gonna keep the number 1 seed, to be honest. But I can say that I think this season was a success.
Yeah.
But
I
mean, we should be there though.
It's interesting to me because even by the end of the season, like healthy Kyle Lowry wasn't. Oh, this man is killing the game right now. Like you could, like Kyle Lowry coming in, like what Baki say? Baki said y'all need to get y'all need to get a refund on BBL Lowry. why Kyle got a BBL? Oh, we forgot to do something, Ringo. Hey, kid, happy Dep Day, bro. Happy Dep Day.
Yeah, happy Dep Day. Hey. Hey,
It's King's season.
Hey, big Jack Sparrow out here.
Hey, bro, pour yourself a mega pint after the show.
Mega pint.
Oh, I get that.
big Jack Sparrow out in these parts.
Hey, we got mega pints going around. Hey, we will be live for the NBA Finals tonight, man. We're gonna be live calling the game. Gotta love that the finals is here, but also that basketball is almost over is a little bit sad. Cause dog, y'all don't understand. For like a sports talk show, getting to getting to the part where there's nothing but baseball. Like, I like baseball, but don't nobody want to talk about baseball all day. I like baseball. I enjoy playing baseball. I enjoy watching baseball. I'm not talking about how the White Sox and Tony La Russa need to part ways all day. Yeah, I'm saying, like,
this is the thing. Tony is horrible, and nobody talks about it.
Y'all know how bad it is right now. There's literally nothing to talk about. So much so that while getting my haircut, I heard more about KD, LeBron, who else? Miami. I heard Giannis. I heard everything but what the people who are actually still playing about to do.
Hey,
like, I think we're not in the playoffs no more.
I think that goes more to the fact that nobody has confidence that Boston's going to play well in this finals.
Oh no. There's confidence. They got them right.
The BPI got it 86-14.
They should
Boston's
have done that.
way in terms of winning the series.
I'm arguing with the guy in the barbershop. He says, we not like the other teams y'all played. By the way, he said it y'all like it's my team. He said, we not like the other teams y'all played. Y'all ain't played nobody until this point. I was like, the Memphis Grizzlies scared me more than y'all. John Moran got hurt. They still scare me more than y'all because you never knew who was going to have a good game. Like, there was no way you thought, like, everyone on Memphis really contributes on a consistent basis. We've watched Boston.
Yeah.
That up and down, they struggled so much with Miami. How do you honestly think you're going to sit there? They struggled with Miami with one guy scoring.
He's
not going to be a scorer. And you're gonna tell me that you're gonna double Steph? And I'm like, so Wiggins is gonna be wide open, huh?
I love that for some reason the Golden State Warriors aren't a good defensive team anymore. In the public perception, even though they're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA.
1 and 2 in defensive efficiency, dog. What are we talking about?
Now, I will say this, right? Boston has also finished the season as the best defensive team in the NBA, and has played excellent defense throughout the playoffs, even to the point where, like, they struggled against Miami, but it still was like one bad quarter, and then they couldn't score. The problem that I see with Boston is that you don't have the luxury to have a bad quarter. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the luxury against the Golden State Warriors. If Jaylen Brown has 2 bad turnovers, you could be down 9. And then it's a matter of, can you come back and score the ball at that level? You know what I'm saying? So it's tough for me to look at Boston and say, based on everything I've seen in the playoffs, yeah, they about to cook. Yeah, they about to get this money. I still got it 4-1. I've still got it 4-1.
You got a 5, man. Look, I'm just out of my mindset because you know how I feel about Jaylen Brown and you know how I feel about Jason Tatum. Like, I don't know why. Like, why do people put them on that pedestal, bro? Like, I'm just like,
what pedestal?
Like, because me and Pat was talking about this the other day. Like, Jason Tatum's a superstar now.
He's not a superstar now.
He's not a superstar. Yeah, he got to win.
Jason Tatum is a superstar, but you giving me 10 points. You've religiously given me 10 points in a couple quarters in a couple games.
I don't know if
I've seen you in a Miami series only take 2 shots when they needed you.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter. Jaylen Brown legitimately got clamped up in the fourth quarter by Victor Oladipo, who came off the bench, no shots, no nothing. It's like Pat is saying that they're up and down, so there's no real reason.
And here's the crazy part, right? Like, when they're playing, the thing is, can Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum both play well consistently
together?
Same
time.
Because if they can, they're legitimately one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team in the NBA. Because you have to deal with the scoring load from both of them. They're both two-way players. They're both, and now it takes all the pressure off of everybody else. Hey, let's go out here and defend. Also, now Time Lord's inside, Al Horford's inside. It opens up so many options for you.
Oh, he's called Time Lord because
of all the time he spends on the bench because he's hurt.
What's
happening here?
So what happened was he actually missed they were going to a game and he missed the team bus. Time Lord. I don't know. That's their thing. They came up with that. I don't make the nicknames.
Time Lord. Did he like rewind time to hop on the bus? What just happened here?
Hey, some of these nicknames, bro, like that,
First of all, this you get a nickname that people like universally acknowledge you by when you ain't accomplished nothing yet.
I mean,
Jimmy G Buckets was Jimmy G Buckets, and we start calling him Jimmy G when he actually starts to hoop and be Jimmy G.
Not really.
Until then, he was Jimmy.
Hey, look, not really. Like, there's some of these nicknames. Hey, listen, some of these mugs got nicknames and they wasn't that good yet. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I love Stacey. When he said that, I let it live. But also because I was like, let him talk. I don't know if he's going to be here or not. But some of them nicknames that have been given away, they've been a little premature, dog. You know what I'm saying? The Turkish Hammer.
That's
sorry. Omer Sheik.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, some of them nicknames they've been a little premature. They just out here getting nicknames out here, bro.
Nah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Man.
No, but I'll say this, right? Like, I think that, to me, I think the Warriors are just, they smell blood in the water. I think the Warriors smell blood in the water. I think they realize that, and are they being hailed as the favorite overall?
Who, Boston?
Boston. Is Boston being hailed as the favorite?
86% 14, bro.
But the poll existed, and it was just stupid to me. I'm looking at it now. The poll existed. It was 86 to 14. A 14% chance that the Warriors win. I'm like, who makes this list?
Do people just
and you know what I was thinking about yesterday though? After we got off, even if the refs do let them play physical, can Boston still hit enough shots to even win the game?
Well, I think that's the question. That's what I said.
That's legitimately what I'm on.
That was my whole point. That's what I said, because my biggest question is like, right, like, say Jaylen Brown has a bad quarter. A bad quarter from Jaylen Brown and only Jason Tatum could play could absolutely put you down 10. You have to understand, and I get this. This is a team in the Golden State Warriors that versus Dallas was down 19 twice in the same game. And they cut it to 5 the first time. It went back up to 19. And then they took the lead and won by 10. You're not gonna have the opportunity to go down or to not worry about, like, Miami. I'm gonna be real with you. I turned the games off versus Miami. When Miami went down 19, I was like,
that's a fact. I can't refute nothing you said.
And guess what? When I found out what the final score was, 14, 15 points.
I love this comment right here. I'm gonna tell you why this.
No. Wait. But I'm gonna let you go.
But Beyonce had the greatest album of all time.
26, 6-6 is not a struggle. You go ahead. 26, 6-6 is not a struggle, but you.
I'm gonna say this: physical play, maybe he struggled, whatever. Hear me out, though. You have to run a double at Steph. They're going to trap and run a double at Steph. The problem with this is there's 3 other shooters on that team who are legitimate threats now. Wiggins is knocking down the 3. Jordan Poole came out of nowhere. Klay Thompson is back. Who are you running the double at? Now, mind you, the reason I don't include Draymond Green is because where's Draymond going to be?
Handling the ball?
No. Look, let's walk through it as a group. Because if you all watch basketball,
he's essentially playing the point.
He's essentially playing the point. And where's he going to be if Steph has the ball?
Oh, top of the key.
Oh, he gonna be at the top of the key. The ball is going to Looney, or he's
also going to set. He's also going to be setting the what for Steph?
Oh, he's setting mad screens.
Setting mad screens.
He's a screener,
which means here's the play: the double's going to come. Draymond's going to climb in there. Steph is going to rotate out. What's Draymond going to do? He's going to dive. He's going to get the bounce pass and immediately rotate that peel back out to the 3-point line.
Yeah,
that motion right there is very hard to stop. When you have to deal with it 3 different times within the same set, full speed.
I love that the team that has won 3 of their 5 finals
is an underdog.
It gets slander. Like that does crack me up in here. Now, I kind of think Brandon is trolling. He got to be trolling.
Nah, because he was on that yesterday.
I know, but it's got to be trolling.
Nah,
he's not making a bad point. It's not a bad point. If it was just Steph on this team with no help, yeah, I'm like, yeah, this is a wash. If it's Steph with just one other shooter, this might be a very challenging team. But it's not, though. It's Steph with 3 other shooters.
But bro,
and has anyone noticed that they have shooters on the bench?
Yeah, but you also have to look at the fact that Steph struggles numbers-wise come from the Raptors series that went 6.
I was just about to say.
And literally it got to the point where it was Steph and them boys.
Again,
they ran a box and one the entire time.
This is what's going to happen. Even if they don't run a double, Marcus Smart is going to be sticking them. It's going to happen on the left-hand side of the court. Trust me, I've watched enough film for this to be true. Draymond's going to bring his man, set the pick. Steph is going to go take that. What does the help defense have to do? They have to come up because Steph can pull it from the freaking out of bounds line and hit it. That's essentially taking 2 men out of play while Draymond dives.
Yeah.
Looney going to get that lob.
If you don't believe me, go and actually YouTube actual professional players talk about why the Golden State Warriors are so hard to defend. Just go watch. Don't believe 3 guys randomly on YouTube.
This is the thing.
Go listen to pros who've actually had to do it and hear them talk about it.
It's also the depth of their team, bro. It's not like Steph has to run 30 minutes for them to win.
No, he has to run 30 minutes.
Hey, listen. Not if you have a quarter where you put up 40.
But here's the problem.
You know what I'm saying? There are guys on this team that we're talking about. Gary Payton Jr. is back, and his was an elbow injury. He's going to be able to play defense. If it was a lower body injury, I'd be more like, he's not going to be the same. Them knees going to work fine. Them legs going to work fine.
Hey,
you also got Jordan Poole. You've also got Andre Iguodala. Well, Iggy is a game time decision. We'll see what it is on him, but he might be back. You've also got Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins. By the way, Andrew Wiggins guarded the best outside of some dude named Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the playoffs scoring wise and made him look very human. I'm not supposed to believe that he can't do that to Jason Tatum.
People be hating on Wiggins so much. Like,
hey, you know what that is, though? That's bodies.
No, I had. Here's the thing. Wiggins is in the perfect place for him. Wiggins is in the perfect place for him.
When did 19 points a game become a weak player?
But see, there's the problem. I was going to say
the problem with Wiggins was it was 19 points a game and they needed him to be the number 1.
Yeah, but I don't need you to be the number one. I don't need 19 points a game as a third option.
No, it's great here. It's great here. But the problem was he was playing. This is the thing. Andrew Wiggins was playing this way on Minnesota, but they needed him to be the leader because there was nobody else.
If they had kept that team together, would it be Jimmy, Cat, and Wiggins? If they had just worked that out a little bit, it'd still be the same thing. He could be a third option. He'd still be able to get off. It just wasn't no patience there.
Well, Cat didn't like Jimmy, and Wiggins didn't like
Cat.
Jimmy, and Jimmy didn't like Cat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We'll see. I think this is going to be a gentleman's sweep in this mug. Get the brooms ready. And we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see who's right at the end of the day. But the interesting thing to me is that we're looking at like the most interesting thing to me is that we're looking at a team that is about to have a Spurs passing of the torch moment. We don't see this in the NBA. Like the Lakers didn't do this. The Heat didn't do this. The Heat kind of did. The Heat kind of did it, but
we kind of did, but
Wade left and came back.
We smoked it.
But you're literally about to see. This is the thing. This is Tail. You think Wiggins is going to match up with Jason Tatum? Yeah, because he could match up with Luka Doncic. Luka literally.
Hey, Brandon. How many titles does this Celtics team have?
He trolling, bro. At this
point,
I
love. No, he's not trolling. He's not.
He's like, they have one title without Durant. How many titles does this Boston team have? In fact, name me the veteran on this Boston team that's been to the finals. Don't worry, I'll wait. In fact, your most senior player set the record for most games played in the playoffs without a finals appearance.
Yeah.
Hey, and that man was slapping the floor like he won the finals.
So guess what? It actually does matter that you have a team that's so accustomed to being there. This is literally them being at home versus you being in an entirely different world.
So here's the question.
Right. Like, and then on top of that, Jason Tatum ain't the star
Jaylen Brown is
because
going to
who was checking Jason Tatum with Miami?
Jaylen Brown is locking up Klay Thompson, bro.
Hey, we're gonna see tonight. What? Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I may not agree with him. Stupid. Yeah, I may not agree with him. But
you're entitled to it. I respect that.
It is what it is.
This is the only thing we have to be better.
Expect another 6'8" guy to be able to stick another 6'8" guy because he's athletic.
We have to be better in the comments tomorrow.
Oh no,
because it's 6'8", can defend, has been defending, and has no pressure.
Yeah, it's going. Hey, and here's the thing. When it comes down to it, right? I think these teams are close defensively, and I don't think they are offensively.
But I don't even think that close defensively.
I think
if Robert Williams is not healthy,
I think they're close defensively. I'm not going to disrespect Boston's defense. And here's the thing: we've seen how Boston's been able to play, but guess what? Now you've got Draymond on the other side also able to play that way. We've seen how Boston's been able to play. Boston's going to come out and they're going to be physical with you on the defensive side. There's going to be a lot of bumping of stuff, a lot of pushing around of stuff, all that stuff. But Draymond gets to do the same thing.
I guess we just forget about that part.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Draymond gets to do the same thing. So there's going to be a lot of bumping, pushing, shoving on both sides, and the Warriors are a better offensive team.
Is anyone disputing that? Is that a real dispute?
No, I think it's just, I think that's the difference.
I hope it's not. It's probably a dispute in the barbershop somewhere.
I just think that's the difference.
Because everyone keeps talking about this defense. I'm like, all right, who's going to consistently score for you, though?
Tatum, maybe.
Tatum has not consistently scored all playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
All playoffs. He has not consistently scored. Don't just look at the point totals because that's a lot of getting to the free throw line. It's a favorite thing. He's had some moments where it was double digit, and you're like, all right, dog, you really can't do that. Yeah. You're getting away with it because you're playing Miami, who's injured and for some odd reason their shooters can't shoot. You're not going to do that between a team that's literally notoriously known for it. You're just not going to get away with it.
Yeah.
You can try to tell me I'm wrong, and I'm not arguing to be right. I want a good series. I really want a good series. But don't make it seem as if they're the underdogs and they're so outmatched. Like, come on now. That's mad disrespectful.
Hey, we'll see tonight, man.
Basketball.
Hey, we'll see tonight, man. We'll be live for the live call on that. So make sure that y'all all pull up because you already know I'm gonna be in this mug talking big trash. It's Warriors Nation over here, by the way. Big dub. Yeah,
the disrespect gotta stop.
Dub Nation.
Warriors Nation.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not Nation on either of these mugs. To be honest with you, I'm more of a Boston fan than anything because KG played there. But
now we have a problem, Pat.
Hey, look. But being realistic, they finna be smoked brisket out here.
Smoked brisket, smoked salmon.
They finna be fresh brisket out
smoked
here.
Mac and cheese, whatever you want to call it.
Or what's a good? What's Boston do? Clam chowder. Clam chowder.
Big
you know what
clam
I'm saying?
Hey, you would rock with the all light skinned backcourt.
Boston's backcourt is I guess no. Tatum's in the front court, ain't he? Yeah, okay. I don't care. Hey, they are mad. They are mad light skin. You know what I'm saying? I say that. Steph, Clay, Poole, GP3. GP3, we giving him GP3. How we doing that?
It's GP2. You've been calling him GP3 all day.
Who?
Gary Payton II.
Well, technically, we don't know which one was born first.
His number is 3. He wear number 3.
Yeah, but he also has a brother that was born like the same year. Which one was born first?
Oh, yeah, he do got a ain't that it?
That's why Gary Payton II.
No, he's Gary Payton II because his dad, because Gary Payton was, and he was, and he got another son named Gary Payton Jr.
Oh,
so which one was born first? Because technically, it ain't really disrespectful to say GP3 because he would be the third one.
I think Junior was born first.
I think Junior was born first.
I think Junior was born first.
Hey, he a whole different savage for that one.
Hey, he's a savage for that, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying he's a savage for that. You
Why did he do that, Brandon?
Time out. Since we're on the topic though, we want to talk about a savage. Did you see the video I sent? Did you see the video I sent you in the group chat?
No, what happened with it?
Dog. So, and it's a wrestling video, but freaking, MJF basically came out when off script. This was not a scheduled promo, but essentially AEW had a pay-per-view the night before. He was supposed to show up. He didn't because he was like, "Yo, I need Tony Khan to pay me." He's like, "I need Tony Khan to pay me now." Tony Khan was like, "I'm not paying you till 2024." After that, he was like, "I bet." So he showed up last night, took the mic, and was basically like, "You said you want to pay all these ex-WWE dudes that keep showing up here." And he was like, "I'm the second best minute-for-minute draw in this company outside of Roman Reigns. You need to pay me." And basically was like, went off script on a profanity-laced rant that they didn't cut out. It's like legitimately uncensored. And he was like, "I'm not waiting until 2024. You have to fire me now, or it's going to get ugly."
You know, I'm not a wrestling guy. It sounds very important.
Like,
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just had to get that out. I know we got some wrestling dudes in the comments.
Yeah.
But that was like, yo.
So is that like that never happened before?
It happened before. It only happened one time with CM Punk.
Yeah.
And after that, That was not a work. That was not a work.
Hey, the one thing I will say, y'all,
Hey,
we're
Ringo
not
just
gonna
talking to the
have
comments at this
any.
point because I ain't even seen it.
That was not a work.
What we not gonna be is like having these colorism conversations and stuff like that. Y'all do that offline. We're not gonna do it in this chat because I don't like the way that was going.
Right. But you know, everybody always said that's a work, man. Come on, man.
I'll check that out later. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Hey, we do want to give a congratulatory shout out to. We in the last 10 minutes here. Want to give a congratulatory shout out to the man, the lift, the legend, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who has retired after 17 seasons. What is your favorite version of Ryan Fitzpatrick?
They did him wrong.
Bills Fitzpatrick was my guy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They did.
And you know what? I take it back. Tampa Fitzpatrick was the freakiest.
I like Tampa Fitzpatrick.
Tampa Fitzpatrick was down there with the jewelry on. He was iced out. You could tell he was kicking it with some more black people.
I like the first 6 games of Florida, in Florida too, in Miami. If they let him continue, that was their best shot. I don't care what they say. Tua was not it.
Hey, they was 4-1 and sat that man down for Tua.
Hey, sat him.
4-1 and set that man down.
Oh man!
And them players down there absolutely was not feeling it. So,
hey man, shout out to Ryan Fitzpatrick. I ain't gonna lie.
Amazon trying to do big things. That bro.
I love.
He's getting a job with Amazon. What that mean?
Because I think they're coming out with a new. Because they got games on the. They're gonna have games.
He's gonna be a commentator
this season, so he'll be an analyst.
Which I'm definitely gonna be tuned in on.
I'm tuning in for that.
I'm definitely gonna be tuned in on that because come on, bro. Like you telling me it's just gonna be Fitzmagic just out there. And on Amazon too, right? Like how professional do this stream gotta be? Do this broadcast gotta be? Like, can it be Fitzmagic for real? Like they playing the Dolphins, and be like, hey, you never should have benched me. That's why y'all suck.
I would love to see him. I want to hear him actually talk about that at length, really go into that. Because he to me is one of those players who maybe he wouldn't have been a complete world breaker, whatever. But I do think that given the opportunity, he was much better than what he would show, what he could show. I do believe that. I don't know why, but I feel like that with him.
Fitzy was one of those players that could never adjust to the adjustment. So he was good enough to get you first 6 games of the season, right? And then teams, when you start to see him a second time, would adjust what they were doing to him, and he could adjust to that. But then when they would adjust again, that's where you would see him kind of start to get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And he just and it's what made him a career journeyman, right? Because he was always good enough to put up numbers in the NFL, which I'm gonna be real with you. I think that could be what Baker Mayfield's headed for. I think that kind of career could be what Baker Mayfield's headed for, because I just don't see a spot for him right now. Unless he goes to the Texans, where he's going to be running for his life, I don't see a spot for him right now.
Well, with these new allegations apparently hitting Deshaun, which is weird to me. It's really weird that this new allegation was from someone who was actually part of the initial, but decided not to, and all that stuff. That's a whole different argument.
Yeah.
Baker's going to be in a Browns jersey until they figure out what the heck is going on with Deshaun. And Baker's going to be on the field if he wants to play. If he wants a job in the NFL, Baker's going to be on the field.
I don't think he'll play.
He'd be stupid not to.
Why? They already said they don't want you. They went and got your replacement. They went and got your replacement, and they're willing to say, hey.
Because he's not playing for the Browns. He's playing to show that he can play.
I mean,
people are questioning how good he is.
Can he play? Because everybody knows he can. It's just
they talk like he wasn't the elite quarterback 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think. But you know what? I think that is like I said. That's why I said I think he'll be Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ryan Fitzpatrick has elite seasons. He has literally elite seasons. He's got a season with the Jets in 2015 where he was 31-15 for 3,900 yards.
Eesh.
Started 16 games. You want to know what he did the next season with the Jets? He started 11 games. He was 12-17.
Did he have a line? Was this what?
This is the thing. I'm not saying that Baker ain't
like
elite,
he had
but
it was basically the same team, but there was just he ended up getting hurt that season as well. But it was just a tougher season because when you're playing the third place teams, fourth place teams,
I mean, we
you're able to do better.
Yesterday.
When you're playing the second and first place teams, you go 3-8. Yeah, I'm saying he went 10-6 that year. Next year he went 3-8. It's just
I have to go back and look at that film. I have to really look at the film because the narrative on some players is they weren't, XYZ. But when you look at it, it was like, no, there's other factors, especially in the game of football, that contributes to a player's success. So, like, what changed? Because I can, we all believe, like, case in point, Tom Brady without an O-line is a very average quarterback.
Well, Tom Brady with pressure around
Tom Brady without receivers.
Tom Brady with pressure.
Tom Brady with pressure around him is a very different quarterback.
It's a very average quarterback.
Yeah.
So when you go look at Tom Brady's career, he's always had pretty good protection. He's had to have, like, Tom Brady could nap in the pocket, like he really could. And he's never been shy about that. So I always look at what factors about a QB that weren't there for them to have consistency. Like I've dove into football, I've noticed that there's so much that goes into making, like, being an elite player within the league, especially at the QB position. That I like some of the takes I've mentioned before. I kind of feel stupid just saying them simply because it's like I was just ignorant to what it took.
Well, the thing is with Fitzy, he would go through a lot of the same things Mitch went through. He would get to a new team. They would build something around him. He would have an elite season. Second season would come around, and they would go with him as the starter. And it would be like, oh, we've seen this.
Man, I don't think Fitzy ever dealt with Matt Nagy because Matt Nagy is horrible, dog. Matt Nagy done killed two careers.
Nagy was horrible.
Nagy. That I agree with, but what I'm saying is, like, when teams adjusted to what Fitzy was able to do, you see that second season, the stats drop off. First season in Buffalo, 23-15. Second season in Buffalo, 24-23.
Matt Nagy was like, "Oh, play action works, and it works most of the time. Do something different. I'm gonna be me."
I just said that yesterday. We were talking about it. I was like, "How do you have 270 pass attempts and only do play action 19 times?"
Yeah, no, on the rollout.
Justin
Fields on a rollout
makes no sense.
Justin Fields' QBR on a rollout was 138.3. He was the highest. Had the highest QBR on designed rollouts in the NFL. They ran it 19 times. So essentially, right, when you think on design, he had to complete 18 of his 19 designed rollouts. 138.9.
Hey, Brandon, know the best way to piss me off is to talk bad about Trubisky. You can sit there and do that if you want to, but I ain't gonna give you the time of day today. I'm gonna let you live today.
That's all it is, bro. He's what I call the anything you say is dumb and stupid. That's the chat troll.
Oh, he's the Amber Heard of the chat.
Yeah, he's the Amber Heard of the chat.
Oh my God.
Anything you say isn't factual.
Everyone's lying but you. I love it.
Happy Depth Day, y'all. Hey,
but this is a fact. This actually happened. No,
it happened.
We finna get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We also talking national sports on this mug. We'll be live for the NBA Finals tonight, so stay in tune with us on that. Can't wait to go live. We ain't been live for a game in so long, bro. I can't wait.
Hey, Brandon, pull up. Whether we winning or losing, I'm gonna still troll you. Pull up. I want you there, baby.
Oh, I want all these mugs to pull up, bro. I want all these mugs to pull up. hey,
pull up.
Because when Golden State is up 15, I'm gonna just be. Is it gonna get closer?
When do we start mixing the drinks? At what point?
The whole night. It's not a Bulls live call. I don't have to be coherent for it. I'm not doing a post game on it.
What?
You're not doing a post game? Are you going to do real play-by-play?
I'm going to do real play-by-play.
This may be over by halftime.
I'm going to do real play-by-play. I'm not
The funny thing is, the way the playoffs been going, it could be over by halftime.
Are we really doing actual play-by-play?
The way the playoffs been going, it could be over after the first quarter, bro. Literally, if you look at that Boston versus Miami series, it was one quarter.
Whoever wins the first.
It was literally like one team winning a quarter 34-10. And then the rest of the game just happened. Hey, man, we got some sky coverage coming for y'all today, too. I finally figured out how to cover the Chicago sky. So I'm going to drop that video, I don't know, give me about an hour and a half. And then another draft breakdown coming today as well. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, we'll be live tonight for the Golden State game. So see y'all then. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, joined by the man, Stefan the Dine, and, of course, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid. Hey, yo, Chicago. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.